Good morning, lovelies. So I'm back at home in Sydney, and it's kind of just occurred to me that I've never really done a basic makeup tutorial like what I do on my day-to-day, just to go to meetings or work and just do my basic, natural makeup routine. And I know I got a bunch of questions about it in my last hair tutorial, and I always get asked about it on Instagram, so I thought today I might just show you guys exactly what I do. Now, I am not a professional makeup artist or anything, but I just love doing my own makeup, so I keep it pretty simple. I use my hands a lot. I use products for the wrong thing a lot, but I kind of make it work because, I don't have heaps and heaps of professional kind of makeup equipment. So hopefully that works for you guys too. I'm gonna kick it off with primer. Don't forget your neck, guys. It's always something that kind of gets overlooked, but I feel like you've got to try and keep that looking youthful as well. So every time you're doing something related to beauty, whether it's cleansing or moisturizing or priming, always include your neck as well. Oh, and just to let you know, I'm not super great at reading out all the products really quickly and stuff, so I think the best way to do this is just do it as I would, and then I'm going to put all of the products and the colors in a list in the comment section of this video. So if you're interested in something that I'm using, just look below and you'll find what you need. Then I'm just going to start off with a nice base coverage of foundation. Bloop. So I always start with just a base coat of foundation, and then I move straight onto the eyes. So I can kind of work on the eyes, and if anything drops below, I'll be doing all my contouring and highlighting and everything later, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use this really light bit of concealer basically here on my eyelids, and it's just going to highlight and let all the sort of eyeshadow really stick to it nicely. And work that towards the inside of your eyes a little bit as well, because we want to brighten that up. I just discovered these things. I've always seen makeup artists using them heaps, and I was like, oh no, they're a bit of a gimmick, hands are fine and at least they don't soak up all the product. But honestly, I don't know how I ever lived without this thing. I'm gonna be using this just constantly because it is so good. Then on top of that cream, I'm going to take this color here, which is just a nice kind of eggshell color, and put that on my lids and towards the insides. And I'm going to put that right under my brow as well. Alright, and then next I'm going to take that middle color there. So this is actually intended for contouring, but basically what I'm going to do is contour my eyes. So I'm going to put this into the crease of the lid there to give it a bit of texture and depth. Now I'm going to take that same contouring color there and use one of these dense tiny little brushes and put it on the little fat sort of pockety parts under my eyes. Makes it look like I haven't got bags. And see how I do that pretty thick, and it looks kind of weird at first, but when it all blends in, it makes sense. Next, I'm going to actually do my eyebrows because I can see them in the reflection and I really want to deal with them. So I had them tattooed a while ago, but you can see that they've faded and stuff. So I actually use a dark brown eyeshadow. You can see I've used that pretty heavily, and just a tiny little angular brush like this. And I'm just going to fill in all the little gaps on my brows and brush through it. Now I'm just going to set that with a brow gel, and I'm pretty much going to try and mess it up a bit because we don't really want them looking too perfect. Now I feel happier looking at myself in the reflection. Honestly, brows are the best thing ever, aren't they? I feel happy to leave the house with just brows on, and then you feel polished and put together. So we'll continue with the eyes, and I'm going to take this little angular brush here, and I'm not even going to do any eyeliner today. On a day-to-day basis, I don't really bother with it. I just use a darker eyeshadow. So I love this color here. It's like a really dark coppery color. I'm just going to pick that up and basically line the top of my eyes with it. I only go to about 3/4 of the way in, so I just have a bit of that wing effect on my eye with the brown. Now I'm going to blend that into the bottom of the outside of the eye a little bit too. Then I'm going to pick up that same color with a thicker, more loose brush, and I'm just going to do the outside of my lids in little tiny circular motions and kind of bring it into my eye a little bit. Now back to that bronzing contouring color, just to blend it in. And the highlight powder. Now this is matte, there's no shine to this, and it just keeps it a little bit more casual. And I'm gonna put that in the bottom inside of my eye. Then, on a day-to-day basis, I really don't bother with lashes or anything like that. I'm just gonna use a good old-fashioned eyelash curler and a slicker mascara. It is impossible not to pull ridiculous faces when you do this. Check myself. Sometimes I like to brush through the whole thing and just make it look, you know, like perfectly undone. Right, now I'm going to move on to the face, and I'm going to use this to highlight and contour and sculpt a bit of nice cheekbones. So let's just get rid of all the dark circles under my eyes. Now moving on to the dark colour, I'm going to do that all around my forehead and down the hollows of my cheek like that, just a little bit. And here's a little makeup hack for you. This, I know it's weird, I look like a little clown right now, but it's going to end up with me looking like I'm super sun-kissed and my nose has got a bit of sun. So I do that. Then I'm going to take a white eyeliner and above my little clown dot, draw a line. So this is me pre-blend. You can see the lights in the T-zone and everything. And I'm just gonna get my little beauty buffer and blend it all in. And that's it, all nice and blended. Ta-da! Now, as you can see, I'm like a bit of a shiny person. Like I tend to go a little bit on the oily side. So what I'm going to do is set this with a setting powder. It's just transparent. A really small layer of that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of rosy cheeks. So with this one here, I'm going to lean towards that kind of peachy color. Oh, and look, this has my name on it. How cute is that? And I always do this. I don't know why, but I really feel like it blends my face into like one united thing. So I get a little bit of the blush and I put it right at the top of my eyeshadow. No matter what eye makeup I do, I always do this. And then last but not least, lips. I'm just going to take a really natural color here, basically going for natural browns and things that complement my skin tone. So I'm just going to take a natural lip here and softly line it. And here's another little makeup hack. You know how people say there's nothing more beautiful than a smile? So whenever I line my lips, I do a kind of subtle thing with it at the corners that makes it look like I'm smiling all the time. So pretty much right at the corners here, I'm gonna go and see how I'm like flicking that up a little bit, like tiny bit. And now that corner of my mouth just naturally leans upwards a little bit more and always looks like I've got a bit of a smile on my face. Now I don't want to do anything too crazy, so I'm just going to pop some lip balm over the top of that. And because I don't want it too shiny, I'm actually going to take this highlighter color here and put that in the middle. And if you put a light color in the middle of your lips and kind of have it gradient out to the darker bits, it's like contouring your lips so they look fuller. And there you have it. So this is my day-to-day makeup routine. I just try to keep really natural, neutral colors, and I haven't gone too crazy, you know, no lashes and eyeliner and things like that. So I just feel like this is a good, easy routine that you can do on a day-to-day basis if you're just heading to work or meetings and you feel nice and polished. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you like it, and I'm off to go enjoy my Sunday.